Welcome back to Get In There. Here with my boy Matt. We haven't been around for a while, so this is the great return. And a lot of shit happened when we were gone. A lot of stuff happened. And we were kind of talking about before we started, like what we wanted to talk about. And I think the thing that we both landed on that we really wanted to complain about was the Game Awards.
Yes.
And how poopy they are.
I have my complaints.
Go ahead. Go off.
All right. They didn't give any time to anybody who was receiving an award. They gave all the time to things that were for advertising purposes.
Yeah.
The things that people cared to see the most, like the trailers for the upcoming games, they put on like a B-roll. Like the People's Choice, I know it's not called that, but like whatever it was like we voted for, the guy just stood there and went off and was like, all right, Armored Core won this, Baldur's Gate 3 won this, this won that, and then that's it. And then they went back to, like, that's the most important. We care, we voted for that. Like, that should be on stage. It should be a bigger deal. And, like, just all the parts, to put it simply, all of the fun parts were minimized and all of the annoying parts were maximized.
Yeah, it felt like just like a long advertisement, pretty much the whole thing, you know. And one thing I think that disappointed me the most about the Game Awards was just the amount of unoriginal games that were announced. Like, do you know a game that was announced? Like, can you think of a game that they announced in the Game Awards?
Not to be a contrarian, I think it's called, okay, I don't know the name, so you got me there, but I did see that it's a shooter. It's like a generic looking shooter game. It's free to play. And I seen on Steam that it has good reviews and that people started playing it after that. I remember texting my friend when the Game Awards were going on and I was like, nobody's going to play that. Like, where are they? You
know, I'll be honest with you. You named basically every single game that was announced. A shooter, generic shooter game, looter shooter game, sci-fi dudes, looter shooter game. That's all the games that I saw that were announced. And I after an hour, I couldn't watch it, bro. I couldn't stand it anymore.
Let me tell you something. The biggest news in the whole world came out on that shit. Monster Hunter World 2 is coming out, and it's called Monster Hunter Wilds. I have been waiting for Monster Hunter to stop being on them stupid, crappy Nintendo consoles where I can play in 720p and go back to what it was in Monster Hunter World, where it was a big deal and it was about to become a real franchise that people cared about. Now Monster Hunter World 2 is coming.
Right. That's actually such a good point. Monster Hunter had like I think when Monster Hunter Worlds came out, it had the opportunity to be like the biggest, like one of the big, it almost felt like this is your Dark Souls moment. You know, like just keep making games like this. And then they totally like pewtered out and started making the Switch games, Rise and stuff. Like that, and all the momentum that they had gotten from Worlds, I felt just has fallen off a cliff. And like people still care. I'm sure people are going to care about Monster Hunter Worlds too, but not as much if they would have just kept pumping them out, because it felt like, dude, this is your moment. This is your moment to be the thing, you know?
It was amazing, amazing. And I can already think of like all the retorts to this. I understand that Monster Hunter is kind of like tied to Nintendo in a lot of ways. Like Monster Hunter's popularity, which although we're saying that Monster Hunter World got way bigger, I don't think like Monster Hunter was a small franchise by any means. I think it was a fucking enormous franchise before it came to mainstream. And not even mainstream, I'm sorry. Before it came to good consoles and computer. And I think I just want that more. Like maybe I'm talking out of my ass, but like I don't know how much the people like Monster Hunter Rise on the Switch, and I know it's on Steam now, but like I want like a real, like what Monster Hunter World was, like a serious try from this studio that makes amazing games. And now they're doing it again, and I couldn't be more excited, man.
I guess I am a little excited. I don't really like care about Monster Hunter that much, but I feel like if they would have just kept making Worlds and stuff like that, maybe I would be a bigger fan than I am right now. Because I had no idea this was even announced. This is the first time I've heard about it. I'll be honest.
Video Game Awards. What are you doing?
Sleeping. I was sleeping. What are you doing? I was literally. I'm going memes, bro. This is boring. You know, I just couldn't stand the whole like you said, like just okay. So I get that we're saying it was just an advertisement, but like all like Nintendo Directs and like the Sony what's next, whatever, they're all just advertisements. Like I totally get that, you know. But the Game Awards used to be so exciting. Like remember when Kojima got fired from
and then he went
Konami,
to the Game
and
Awards
then he went to the
announced
Game
Death
Awards.
Stranding.
Yeah, that felt like a moment, like a piece of gaming history, and almost kind of like when like the Wii and stuff was announced for E3. You know what I mean? Like, but companies I feel have gone away from being a part of like these bigger events and more focused on just doing their own thing. You know, like Nintendo's like Nintendo was the first company to say we're not going to be an E3 anymore because we get just as many views and all of the eyes are on us when we just do Nintendo Directs. You know,
I think it's cool that Kojima came back though, because like it was probably a good look for him to be leaving a big company like Konami with all that backing, and then just to be able to showcase his game, because like you said, there's no E3, there's nothing like that. Now it's PlayStation Showcase, Nintendo Direct, etc. And so he needed somewhere to present his game how he normally did, and he did. Did you see the new one?
No, I didn't. No.
Jordan Peele and Kojima are making a game.
Jordan Peele?
Jordan Peele.
Hey, he's kind of been on. Jordan Peele's kind of been going off.
It looks cool, man.
What is it? Not Death Stranding?
It's like a horror game.
Not Death Stranding.
Not Death Stranding.
It was a horror game. I gotta look it up. Jordan Peele makes very good horror movies.
Facts.
You know, so
You love Nope.
I do like Nope. I like Nope.
I love Nope.
I love Nope. I love Nope. I like Nope more than Get Out. I do like Nope more than Get Out. Yeah,
it's so cool, man.
Yeah, I love the idea. I love that. So I just, oh god, we're gonna go. I'm going so far. I'm going so far already.
This is fine,
dude.
though. But I do love like how he can take every day. Like the first act of the movie of Nope is just them doing like regular shit with a little bit of what's really going on here. Right. And that somehow still like kept me interested the whole time.
That's totally. I want that, and then I like what Nope did, where they're like the second half of the movie is the thing. Yeah. Right. So I watched this movie on Netflix. This is what I'm saying. I'm going out there. Right. Okay. I watched this movie on Netflix this week. It was like the what is it called, dude? It's like the #1 movie on Netflix right now. It's like the end of, not the end of the world, but like the end of us or something like that.
Oh, I know. I've heard. Oh, is it by the Obamas?
Yeah. No, I don't know if it's about.
Is it about the end of the world?
Yeah. Like,
people have bunkers and shit like that.
Kind of, sort of. Yeah.
I think that one's produced by Obama.
Is it really? Wow. Yeah. So I liked it to a certain extent because it was like the whole movie is like the first half of Nope, where you're like, dude, what is happening? And then the very, very end of the movie, I'm talking about the last 5 minutes, they're like, this is what's happening, and then the movie ends
with the friends.
Yes, with the friends.
Okay.
Yeah. That was Obama. Obama made that movie. Yeah. Wow, that's interesting. I guess it makes sense now that I think about it. But
I heard. Well, we won't talk about that.
Yeah, but
some of the controversy around it.
Oh, I don't know about any of that. But all I know, in regards to just the movie, it ends and you're finally explained what has been happening, and then the movie just ends, and I feel like, damn, that really sucks. Like I would have loved to dive more into like what was happening. Like Nope dives into like, this is what might be happening. Oh no, but this is what's happening. Now we're gonna explain all that was been happening, and then that movie just kind of like mind blown. This is what's actually going on. End. You know?
That movie's so fucking sick, bro.
Did you watch that movie?
Oh no. Okay, I am gonna watch that one though.
Yeah, you should.
But I heard another podcasters talking about it, and they were basically saying that they didn't like the end. Like it ended abruptly when you put the tape in and etc. You know.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you finally learn what has been going on this whole movie, and then it ends, and it just kind of feels like Spider-Man. It kind of feels like Spider-Man. Did you watch Spider-Man?
Which one?
The multiverse Spider-Man.
Halfway through it.
Oh, damn it!
3-hour movies are my weakness.
Yeah, I know. Trust me, man. Me too. Me and my wife be watching movies, bro, and if they're over 2 hours, we watch like an hour a day, and then the second day we're like starting it. Hour left. We're gonna get through this. It's like we feel like we're almost done. We pause it. And it's like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Left. It's like, dude, we've watched an hour. How has 15 minutes gone by? It's been an hour. Dude. So yeah, it's tough, man. It's real tough.
I've been trying to watch Dune ever since it came out, and I think that movie's like three and a half hours. I've probably seen like 2 hours of it.
Bro, you know why that guy being Willy Wonka makes me not want to watch it.
I've seen
anymore. You seen Willy Wonka?
I've seen it.
Okay, but that movie you've seen.
I've seen it.
Oh, okay. All right, talk about movies you've seen. But how was Willy Wonka? Did you like it?
I liked it.
Oh, okay, good.
I thought it was fucking awesome, guys.
A lot of people were like hating on it.
So, I'm not hard to please.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Right,
did you watch Godzilla -1?
No.
Oh, now that's the movie you should have been watching, bro.
Godzilla -1?
Godzilla -1, bro, and it's so good. Like 9 out
heard
of
it
10,
was
bro.
good.
It was
Okay.
so good, man. It's in Japanese. It's all in Japanese.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the best part about the movie, no spoilers, is that Godzilla, like, is just straight up the bad guy.
Okay,
Like, he's just the bad guy.
Good.
Exactly.
Good.
You ever watch American Godzillas and he's like, he's fighting, he's in our team, he's fighting with us. How?
Yeah,
Why?
Walter White's talking to him.
Exactly. Yeah,
Like,
dude.
you
Yeah,
remember
just the
that?
stupidest shit. Yeah, but in this movie, he's like, no, he's the bad guy.
Yeah.
He's the problem. Like he's instigating.
Yeah.
Like he's just the bad. He's an asshole.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, that's how it should be. Like it really.
Big Lizard.
That
movie have it.
And then the movie had great characters. That's the best part because Godzilla is like really great. Godzilla parts, they always look great. I mean, it's Godzilla, but then like the people parts is so boring. It's like, why are we even here, huh?
Normally,
yeah. But
this
Godzilla -1, you're like so invested into the people portion. You're like, I was watching it with my girl, and she's like, I teared up like twice. And I'm like, I know exactly where parts you cheered up in because that shit felt real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was dope. It was real dope because, and I was, I totally liked it. You should
cried during Willy Wonka twice.
Jesus, man, Willy Wonka.
That shit was fire. All right, look, this is like.
Did Count Dooku not let him eat chocolate? Yeah, that happened in Johnny Depp one. Count Dooku was like, you can't eat chocolate.
Yeah, dude, that's the thing about it is like. I know. So I didn't know this about the Willy Wonka verse or whatever.
Wow.
Wonka verse.
Damn.
TM.
Oh.
But people don't like the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory one. I liked it.
Charlie and Chocolate Factory.
The Tim Burton one.
The Tim Burton one.
Yeah,
Johnny
the one you're
Depp.
talking about. Yeah.
People didn't like it.
People didn't like it. I thought that shit was awesome.
Yeah, I did too.
And so basically, this one comes out, and I come in with no expectations.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really want to go see this movie. Mm-hmm. So I go in, and within the first 1 minute, they're singing. And I'm like, whoa, is this movie like a musical? Like, I understand they were singing in the original Willy Wonka, but not like that.
Is it a musical?
No.
Oh, okay.
So I immediately was skeptical, and then it just kept going, and it's just like this like childlike wonder type shit that they evoked in that movie. To me personally, like
that's dope.
And just like a lot of like emotional moments about like orphans and shit like that. It was just really good, man.
Damn.
Yeah.
I don't think it looks bad by any means, but I do.
And funny. It had the dude from Key and Peele, the tall one.
Okay.
And he got like super fat off chocolate, and it was super funny.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Damn, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Dang. Well, Willy Wonka. I guess I'll watch it. But I did choose to watch Godzilla -1.
I do need to peep that.
You need to peep that.
Yeah.
That movie was definitely interesting to see it do so well in the American box office, knowing that it was shot in Japan.
It's all subtitles.
It's all subtitles. Cool. Yeah, it's like no.
Well, I liked what's that one Korean movie that got popular a few years back? That shit was fire as hell. About these people like who was like they was like maids in somebody's house, but they were like
Parasite.
Woo!
Parasite.
That shit was sick.
That movie was sick.
So I don't mind seeing shit with subtitles.
Parasite was sick. That was a really good movie. Koreans just kind of be going off right now, bro.
Yeah.
Like me and my wife are watching Singles Inferno right now. We're like
Singles Inferno?
Yeah, dude.
Like a reality TV show?
Yeah, it's a reality TV. It's a Korean reality TV show, and my wife's totally got me on board on them because they're like way more wholesome than like American reality TV.
Yeah.
Like American reality TV shows, they're like
douchey guys,
douchey dudes that are just like, bro, I'm gonna smash day one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for like Koreans, they're like holding hands is like basically smashing. You know what I mean? Like they're the type that are like, we can't sleep in the same room. Like I'm gonna go in the living room. So I'm totally into it now. I'm like, damn, bro. So that's crazy. Yeah, it's just like such a different vibe than reality TV shows that we have here.
Yeah.
And obviously, I was just like, I'm from the time where I was watching Flava Flav.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like all those shows.
I think that's why people fell off reality TV because we were watching all the Americanized ones, right? Like Jersey Shore and stuff like that. Flavor Flav, I Love New York.
Yeah.
But like, and not to throw, and I Love Ray J and all that. Not to say that they were all trash or nothing. Like in the moment, they were kind of fun or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, they kept going. They're still doing it. Love and hip hop, etc.
Yeah.
Right. But just like you said, when you watch the Korean one, and it's like a whole different experience. I watched the Japanese one called Terrace House on Netflix. Loved it because you just get to see a different culture. Like
exactly, yeah.
It's like I'm sure they're faking it too, just like any reality TV show. But like they're not acting like Americans, so it's so much more.
Exactly, they are not acting like Americans.
Yeah.
They're very shy and very like you can kind of tell that like the thing that like, you know, gets to me is like, they still do the same thing that they do in America, where they pick like the most top shelf females and males, you know, so they're like the most beautiful people you've ever seen.
Yeah, good.
Like, I can't fucking compete with that.
Yeah.
There's this guy, he's like roided up, jacked up, most beautiful person you've ever seen. Guess what? He also owns like 3 cafes and knows how to bake and like drives a Lamborghini. And it's just like,
oh man,
dude, what? You know what I mean? So it's just
they doing it like that over there?
I can't compete, I guess.
Jesus.
Yeah, dude. And then they cut to him like working out, and then the next cut's like him baking a cake. I'm just like,
oh, okay.
I can't compete.
So he's a man of mystery.
I was like,
okay.
I can't compete.
Yeah.
Dude, so
well,
I fuck with it. It's awesome.
Before we dip, I do want to talk about one more topic.
Yeah.
To me, this is the biggest gaming news.
Right.
Grand Theft Auto 6 got announced.
Yeah.
How do you feel? Let me ask you this: how do you feel about Grand Theft Auto as a property? Like, I know you're a hardcore gamer. You play Magic. You like Souls games. You like deep shit, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel about Grand Theft Auto?
So I love Grand Theft Auto, and because of just like the quality of the game and the amount of time that you get to play the game for $70. You know, like I mean, you're talking about hours and hours of content, and the best part is like, I like what GTA does is very similar to what ForumSoft does with their trailers. When you see like the Elden Ring trailer, the first Elden Ring trailer, first Bloodborne trailer, that's like gameplay footage that like they've garnered enough trust that when you see those first trailers, that's what the game's gonna look like when it's in your hands.
Tell my friend Danny that.
Oh, okay.
He don't believe that. He said it's not gonna look like that.
It's
wrong.
Every single time,
Right.
and the thing, because that's exactly GTA 5, Red Dead 2. Look at those trailers.
Yeah.
That's exactly what the game looks like.
And he kept saying, "Oh, they're cutscenes." That's not a cutscene.
That's not cutscenes. No, those are in-game shots.
Yes.
Every single, they don't do. That's what I like about them.
Yes.
They don't do CGI.
They don't do cutscenes.
Only.
Right.
They don't do CGI only trailers.
Right.
Or like cinematic trailers. They use gameplay, in-engine gameplay. And that's what makes me excited, because like I trust them because they've done that before. Just like FromSoft, when you saw that first Elden Ring trailer, you knew this is gameplay.
Yes.
This is them playing the game.
Yeah.
This is all going to go down. And tell Danny, go back to GTA 5 trailer, go back to Red Dead 2 trailer. Those as far
That's
as
what they look
far
like.
exactly.
And they're still some of the best looking games.
Yeah. No,
10 years later.
They not only look like that, they look better than what they did in those
because they
trailers.
keep working on it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy.
So that's why I think about GTA 6. It gets me so excited knowing that, like, dude, I saw this screenshot of the GTA 6. It was like back to back next to GTA 6 at beach portion of the trailer. All those people in the beach, and then Spider-Man 2 on the PS5. Spider-Man on the beach, and there's like 3 NPCs. Compared to like GTA 6, there's like 100 people there,
bro.
And those shots to to Spider-Man.
And just that little scene they showed of all the people on the beach, you could just pause that and just look at all this weird shit going on over there. There's a dude like taking a picture of some girl without her knowing. Yeah. Like there's like BBLs and like it's just a silly goose time, dude.
So that I think is the most exciting part for me. Is like there's gonna be like this really well polished game. It's gonna be like 100 hours long. Probably gonna have an online mode. I don't fuck with that, but you know I'm still down with the single player 100 hours.
Same.
$70.
I don't mess with online either.
Yeah.
I really like the single player.
And the stories are always good too.
Very good. Yeah. And if you don't even want to play the story and you want to play single player, it's still fun.
Yeah.
You can find plenty of stuff to do in the game besides the story.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's very open sandboxy, as like you can do whatever you pretty much want. Like
if
it's like
you want
the
like
game.
a linear thing, you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the game that does that, right?
Yeah.
Like do whatever you want kind of thing, like the Skyrim kind of thing. Like you can do whatever you want. GTA is kind of like that game.
I think it's the best casual game.
Yeah, and I think
it's the
so
most casual game, but just the most polished experience ever, man. And one thing I want to tell you, like, I'm really excited for the social commentary. You know why? Because the last time they made a Grand Theft Auto, they've been re-releasing it and stuff, but the last time they made it, the world was a type of way. And Grand Theft Auto is this kind of like Black Mirror thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like with the billboards and the radio stations, like when people are talking about them, and the products that will be in the game and the cars that'll be in the game. They're gonna like be making fun of a lot of stuff that they haven't been able to cover. Like I already seen like some like silly like stuff in like the billboards and stuff. I can't remember right now, but it's like relevant to like what's going on. You know?
Yeah, dude. They're gonna be like self-driving cars or something.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
Fun of that kind of stuff. Yeah.
And
I mean,
Florida Man is probably gonna be.
There's like a whole it's like a whole like Instagram thing in the trailer. Like there's like a whole social media in the game.
Because social media has popped off so much since GTA 5 came out, bro.
That's crazy, right? They're gonna have like a social media in there, and you can see them like you can see them doing like live shots and stuff like that. That's crazy how you think about it. It's very much Black Mirror, like South Parky in that way, where they're like
it's just like a snapshot of what's going on in the world right now. Like making fun of it though.
And it's gonna be beautiful and like so fucking polished.
So sick,
dude. But it's like a whole other year wait. It's like a whole other year, man. That's the thing that really sucks.
I might play on console to play that game on day one because it's not on PC. I don't think.
That makes sense.
Which is so annoying, bro.
No, that makes sense.
They came out and they said we don't have the resources. What, bro? Did y'all made a game? Y'all brought out Grand Theft Auto 5 on PC eventually. And like, look how many sales y'all got. I think it's only fair that since we gave you all of our money by buying all those Steam copies of Grand Theft Auto 5, that you guys would think of us and not make us wait 2 more years. Like, you're not console exclusive for PlayStation or Xbox. Like,
you're not being realistic. You're not being realistic.
Why?
I feel like
I got a perfect example.
Okay.
Monster Hunter World came out on consoles because that's their main bread and butter is consoles, right? So they came out on consoles. Eventually they were like, okay, there's an appetite for this on PC. They released it. Monster Hunter Wilds is coming day one PC also because they're not shitting on all the fans who bought their fucking game.
No, but
I'm not saying GTA like Rockstar's like the devil or nothing, but it's just annoying.
I think that the type of game that GTA is, I see them focusing solely on making it work on console because that's where they know they're going to get the most sales, and then can focus on making the PC version because usually the PC versions are the superior versions. Like
the thing about
they make the graphics better. They make it run better. So I see them. I totally understand why they would do that.
The thing is, they make the game on a computer. And the whole thing that they were saying when, I think right after, about Xbox One, PS4, they said the reason that Xbox One and PS4 are going to be good is because we're using the same architecture as PC. So it's going to be easier to go from the computer where we're making the game to the consoles. So how come PC keeps getting shafted with these bad ports and games taking years and years to come out? Like, if now they don't have that barrier like they did when they had PS3 had this weird ass processor that's not compatible with computers. You know what I mean?
I think it just says that you need to wait less than you did before. Maybe 6 months, maybe a year. You're not waiting GTA 5 status like 2 years. I think. I see that. I see why they would do it that way. Honestly,
try and look at the other side of the coin. Perhaps they want the PC version to be like its own version and be better in some sort of way or whatever, so they just want to put all the time and effort into making a good PC version instead of making a port. Maybe. Who knows?
I mean,
I'm very excited for Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah, I am too. So the last thing I wanted to talk about is actually I saw Moist Critical talking about on one of his streams that the CEO of Rockstar was talking about he was mentioning that he wanted to charge per hour, like, and I don't remember, like, it was very vague what he was talking about. I think that he's like, things should be like, entertainment should be charged per hour, and Moist was just, Charlie was saying that this is kind of a really bad, like, that he's not going to do it right now, but the fact that they're talking about it is sketch. And it's kind of true because that's one of the things that I like about like GTA and games like that is that you're gonna get kind of guaranteed a certain amount of like value for your buck, some value. And the idea of charging people per hour of like that kind of entertainment is a little sus.
I'm hoping he got taken out of context. Like, happens much these days. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
I want to give this guy the benefit of the doubt of creating like all the, having such an amazing studio that like they're like one of the better studios ever. But yeah, I would hate that. And when it comes to something like Grand Theft Auto or Cyberpunk, would the game be $300 then?
No, that's plenty of hours. The thing is, like, it's going to be more expensive the more you play it, right? So it's going to make you want to play it less. Like, it's such a weird thing.
That is terrible.
It's such a weird thing. He used an example of, like, you buy a basketball and, like, you don't pay hourly for using this basketball. You buy a basketball and you use it, right? And it's like, it's the same deal with, like, card games, right? It's like, the reason I like card games is because, like, with Magic, if I buy a Magic card, like, I know that I can use it for a long period of time, right? Because, like, I can put in multiple decks. I can, it's like I can get like the most out of using that. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Where like if I had to pay hourly or some shit, that's just like
insane.
such a weird
That
thought,
is insane.
you know?
That is insane.
But it's just, that's greedy, man. That's just greediness. That's just from looking for ways to like kind of suck that money out of you, you know?
I'm hoping he got taken out of context because that don't even make sense. That don't even make sense.
It doesn't make sense, but it doesn't make sense right now. You know, just like how you said, bro.
Like microtransactions didn't used to make sense either.
Yeah, microtransactions did not used to make sense, man. Like,
now it makes all
think about
sense.
it. We went from loot boxes, which people hated, to microtransactions we have now, which are arguably worse than like what loot boxes were.
I hate battle passes too, and I get the argument.
Exactly,
I get the argument that like battle passes, you don't need the battle pass, and like that's the one where they always try and super defend it.
Yeah,
you know, and like, dude, to me, I'm just annoyed that every game I like has to have some stupid battle pass because what it incentivizes you to do is play the game in a way you don't want to play it, or play it more than how you want to play it. And the thing is, you pay $15, $20 to buy a battle pass in Call of Duty, right? Mm-hmm. You still have to play the game for 50 more hours to go all the way through the battle pass to get your $20 worth.
Yeah, to get your stuff. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Is like you get the battle pass for the opportunity to get more stuff. Yeah. What? That's really shitty. Actually, now that you think about it. But I hate battle passes too. I have been just playing recently. I guess the last thing we could talk about. What you've been playing? Any games?
I beat Cyberpunk, Marvel's Midnight Suns, and Hades.
Okay, and all those games don't have battle passes.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's the
there you go.
Here. See, I've been playing a lot of Pokemon. I bought the DLC, but there's no battle pass. So like, but the DLC, like you said, like I get all the DLC, and so the first DLC that came out for Pokemon, I made a video about it on my YouTube channel, and I hated it. And then this one, I'm actually enjoying myself playing through it, you know. So I'm really excited to talk about that because
is there like new Pokemon? Like what is?
There's new Pokemon, but the convenience factor got stepped up. You know what I mean?
Like all the stuff that was tedious before.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Just like a little quick like insight on when I'm working on my videos, like the fact that I can go to like a vending machine and buy every single Pokeball that I need, like so like quick balls, you know, like ultra, like quick balls are like what I would use as an example, right? It's like you could just buy 500 of them. Perfect. Where like in Sword and Shield, I think I had to like find this specific dude somewhere and buy him with Rotom points or some other weird.
And you gotta like go into a building and then go up some stairs to get to him.
Exactly. So like here's like vending machine. Oh, buy 100 quick balls. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like perfect, right? And just like that kind of convenience part, to me is like. I mess with that. Yeah. And then they add like all this Pokemon and stuff.
They are good at that. Like I remember how it's EV training started and IV training to where it is now.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you for bottle caps and stuff like that.
Right. You know what I mean? And they make those easier to find, Terra Shards and stuff. So they did a good job. And then I'm not done with the story, but they did this thing with this character. They like, totally took this character and like a place like I did not expect them to, and I'm like totally down to see like what happens to them.
Okay.
And the
Wally?
Not Wally. No. Wally. Oh no, Wally. No, Wally. Not Wally.
Ruby Sapphire, I think.
Yeah. Wally peaked in Sun and Moon, in my opinion, when you got to battle him in the battle tree. Yeah. But so like they did this thing with this character. The only problem is like the game still has no voice acting, so like the story is like really, really held back by the fact that there's no voice acting. It's like the number one thing that you notice when you're playing the game is that like the cutscenes look okay, they look decent, like totally passable in my opinion, but they're just like da-da-da-da, click, da-da-da-da, click, and it's just like, dude, this is why are we still?
And it's like we said before, if they're gonna keep doing that, go back to sprites.
Yeah, please.
We love sprites, dude. I think everybody wants sprites back.
That would be so dope, man. Dude. I talked about that in a video too, where it's like if you go back to sprites, you can go back to making yearly games. It's probably so much easier to develop. Look at Octopath Traveler. Like everybody loves that game. They think it looks beautiful. Like just do it. Go back to sprites.
I love the way sprites.
They're definitely
like, black and white has the sickest like graphics.
100%, 100%. The best graphics, the best.
The 3D thing, it ran its course. Like it was amazing when it first came out. Like wow, this is crazy. Pokemon's finally going bigger. Yeah. But they didn't go bigger. No. They just made the graphics 3D.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna keep it the same
game, just 3D. 100%. Yeah. Scarlet and Violet moving to the right direction, but there's those little like you need voice acting. You're gonna try to be like the Breath of the Wild of Pokemon. Like Breath of the Wild had voice acting. You know what I mean? Like they stepped up the things they needed to make that a reality. Like you can't go halfway. But they're definitely gonna make. It seems like the DLC takes place in Unova, which is Gen 5. So it takes place at like the Gen 5 continent or whatever.
Nice.
And so they're definitely going to go back to making like a remake of Gen 5 in the next game,
Good.
or a new like kind of Legends game like Arceus, but it'll probably be like a Kyurem, like, you know, Gen 5 thing, which I'm all for that. That sounds freaking awesome. Like that, I'm so hyped for that. But
Gen 5 is sick, man.
yeah. All right. Well, that's it. That's about it. We got. You guys have any questions, comments? Please let us know on the comments down below, and please consider subscribing. It really helps us out, and it really gets like the algorithm rolling. You know, we really need those like impressions. Really, it feels like.
Sorry about the break. I had a baby.
Oh yeah, he had a baby. Yeah, congratulations. I mean, I'll put it on the comments down below as well.
Yeah.
So congratulating my boy here. But yeah, hopefully we're coming back and onto the normal regular schedule.
Get in there.
Get in there. Peace.